Proper headlight functionality is an important safety concern for all your customers. If your headlights are oxidized or covered over, they will not allow for proper view of the road and could endanger your customer's safety. It is important to identify improperly working headlights and recommend restoration along with other items in your estimate. Before beginning the application process, you should determine whether the vehicle necessitates the use of the standard or commercial size kit. To determine which kit to use, measure the appropriate square inches of all surfaces to be restored. If the total is under 180 square inches, the standard kit will suffice. If the total surface area to be restored exceeds 180 square inches, the commercial kit should be used. Shake the bottle of diamond dust deoxidizing cream thoroughly, as separation may occur during storage. Lightly tap the open bottle until dots of diamond dust are spread over the surface of the headlight. Diamond dust will not harm the vehicle's surfaces, so don't be concerned if some of it gets on the car's paint. All surfaces will be wiped clean at the end of the preparation phase of the process and will not harm the paint or other surfaces. Once you have completed applying the diamond dust to both headlights in this fashion, take out the handheld scrubbing pad with the blue glove wrapped around it. At this point, the pad will be used to spread the diamond dust over the entire surface of the headlight. Later on, we'll use the pad for another step in the process, but for now, we're simply using it as an applicator to spread the diamond dust. When complete, the entire surface of the headlight should be green with no voided areas. You should alternate between headlights as shown in order to allow the deoxidizing quality of the diamond dust to work properly. It is important to ensure that the applied diamond dust stays wet before the use of the EZ1 tool. If necessary, apply more diamond dust to keep it moist. Once this is completed, take the cordless drill with the special EZ1 tool installed and work the pad around the headlight with a consistent movement. It is recommended that you start with a slow speed to avoid slinging of the diamond dust, and work up to the fastest drill speed as the diamond dust is worked into the headlight. Some headlights will require more time than others with this part of the process. If a headlight has a visible film or obvious residue on the surface, it will be necessary to spend more time on it. More severe headlights may require holding the pad over an area while applying light pressure on the drill. The special tool is equipped with a foam pad to prevent too much pressure being applied to the headlight.
The Velcroed pad on the tool will usually last for up to 3 cars before needing to be discarded.
This too can be influenced by the severity of the headlight surface. If you have a heavy film or heavy oxidized headlight, you will get a better result with a newer pad. Once the surface has been cleaned and scuffed adequately, take the handheld pad previously used as an applicator and rub the headlight from one end to the other. As you begin to rub a section, you will feel and hear a roughness under the pad. As you continue to rub that section, the roughness should smooth out. This is an indication that the section is finished and prepared for the next step of the process. You can use pressure while rubbing the headlight without being concerned about damaging the headlight. The pad is not abrasive enough to scratch the lens, even with a fair amount of pressure. You should cover every square inch of the headlight with the pad during this stage of the process. When you have completed one headlight, flip the pad over to use the unused side for the other headlight, and repeat the same process. When both headlights have been rubbed adequately with the handheld pad, take a clean, lint-free cloth and wipe up the diamond dust. Be careful to clean away any residue out of the cracks and crevices, as the diamond dust tends to get inside them. It is important to remove all remnants of the diamond dust at this stage. Once you have thoroughly cleaned both headlights with a clean, dry wiper, use the 2 pre-moistened wipes in the kit to do a final clean. The pre-moistened wiper will assure that no diamond dust is left on the headlight before the final stage of the application. Since the wiper is moistened with alcohol, the first headlight will be completely dry by the time you are finished cleaning both headlights. Now you are ready to apply the EZ1 lens guard as the final stage of the process. Take the small vial and pour the entire contents into the cup provided in the kit. It is important to use the entire contents on each vehicle and not to save back some for another vehicle. This will assure that a proper amount is applied to each headlight and will contribute to the longevity of the application. Take the cotton applicator pad included in the kit and dip it into the lens guard in the cup. The liquid will wick into the pad and you are ready to apply it to the headlight. Take the pad and start on one end of the headlight and move the pad across the surface of the headlight very slowly. It is not necessary to use a lot of pressure. As you begin a new pass, overlap the previous one by 50 to 70%. This will allow for an adequate amount of the lens guard to be applied and minimize the areas that may be missed. Always move the pad across the surface of the headlight in the same direction. Keep making passes over the headlight surface until the entire area has been covered. Check for areas you might have missed right away. Once the product begins to dry, it is more difficult to correct mistakes, so look for them right away before going on to the other headlight. Any corrections you make at this stage should flow together nicely and result in a smooth finish. Once you are satisfied that the first headlight is complete, move on to the second one and repeat the same process. Once complete, examine your work for flaws and correct right away as previously mentioned. When the second headlight is complete, look for any remnants of the lens guard that may have gotten on surfaces outside the headlight area and clean them right away with the pre-moistened wipes. The headlight should not be touched for approximately 20 to 30 minutes. Once dry to the touch, meaning it is not tacky, the customer can drive the car. The product takes a full 72 hours to cure. Customers should not wash the car for that time period. This may cause the product to fail and void the warranty.